I'm not ashamed to own my Lord, nor to defend his cause. Maintain the honors of his word, the glory of his cross.
Hello, I am James Brown, and on behalf of the Eastern Church of Christ located in Toronto, Canada, I'd like to welcome you to Wednesday's edition of Walking Through the Bible, a podcast where we seek to study the Bible and the Bible alone. Please stick around afterwards for information on how you can contact us. But for now, if you have a Bible with you, please turn to the book of Genesis, and we'll turn you over to Jeremy Dieselkamp for our study of the day.
Thank you, James, and welcome to all of our viewers. This is the 20th lesson in our study of Genesis. Yesterday, we covered Genesis chapter 3, verses 16 to 20, discussing the punishment of Adam and Eve for sinning against God. If you missed that episode and would like to watch it, you can find it and all of our other podcasts on our website at www.eastendchurch.org. You can also find them on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/EastEndChurchOfChrist under the Walking Through the Bible Genesis playlist. Today we're going to begin with Genesis 3:21 and read through verse 24. The text that you'll see on the screen is from the English Standard Version, but you're welcome to follow along with any version that you have. So let's now read Genesis 3, beginning at verse 21. And the Lord God made for Adam and for his wife garments of skin, and clothed them. Then the Lord God said, Behold, the man has become like one of us, in knowing good and evil. Now, lest he reach out his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat, and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him out of the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he was taken. He drove out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed the cherubim and a flaming sword that turned every way to guard the way of the tree of life. If you recall back to verse 7 of this chapter, you'll remember that after Adam and Eve sinned, they knew that they were naked, so they clothed themselves with loincloths made of fig leaves. Fig leaves themselves aren't very large in their own right, but even when they are sewn together as a loincloth, do not provide any real coverage of nakedness. Basically, they're the oldest form of a bathing suit. To know that they really didn't cover up their nakedness, Adam, when confronted by God, hid himself because he didn't want to appear before God naked. But Adam had the fig leaves on. Yes, but he was still naked in that his nakedness was covered, but not hidden. To rectify this problem, God made Adam and Eve garments made of animal skins to clothe them. Even though the verse doesn't specifically say this, we can infer from this passage that this is the first animal killed by God to serve a specific purpose, in this case, clothing. Throughout the Old Testament, we find that God will require man to kill different kinds of animals in sacrifice to him. So the killing of different animals is not to be considered foreign to the Bible. This clothing that God made would serve a dual purpose. It would cover and hide the man and the woman's nakedness, for this garment would have covered them from above their chest down to around their knees. And it would provide also warmth for them, something that the fig leaves just could not do. That both men and women have deviated from wearing sufficient clothing in many circumstances today is yet another departure from God's design that has led us further down the pathway of sin. At the end of this chapter, we find God taking away man's access to the tree of life so that man could not eat of it and live forever. That's because while mankind had access to the tree of life, we could not die physically. But one of God's punishment for sin is that we would die. In order to exact this punishment, God took away our access to the tree of life by casting Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden and guarding the tree of life with a flaming sword and with cherubim, or angelic beings. Now the Garden of Eden cannot be found on a map today. most likely due to the worldwide flood found in chapter 7 of Genesis. But until then, the Garden of Eden remained in existence, and people knew where it was. It served as a constant reminder of what mankind lost when they sinned. With that, our time is up for today. Please join us, the Lord willing, tomorrow when we will continue our study of Genesis, beginning with Genesis chapter 4, verse 1.
Thank you, Jeremy. And to our viewers, we also thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Should you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment below or email us at answerintheword@gmail.com. We'll try to respond to you as quickly as we can. We hope you'll join us, the Lord willing, tomorrow when we'll be continuing our study of the book of Genesis. Goodbye for now and have a great day.
I'm not ashamed.